So now you guys can ask us questions if you have any. I'm happy to answer them.
So this was just kind of like a simple overview of some things that in our high school that we do with our one-to-one laptops, and this is kind of interesting for us because we're not usually the teachers, and so it's different. But now it's your turn as the students to ask those questions that maybe make us think, and maybe we'll have trouble answering.
Do you have a laptop assigned to you that you take with you and take home like the middle school students?
Yes, we have a laptop that we get in. He asked,
if you have a laptop assigned to you.
Do we have a laptop assigned to us that we use all through the high school career? And yes, we do. We get a laptop freshman year, and we'll use that laptop. We can take it home all throughout the year. We have to turn it in during February break, April break, and Christmas break, and we use that freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and senior year. But we do not have the same laptop from middle school.
So to follow up then, could you imagine using your one-to-one program if you had to leave your laptop at school?
No.
It wouldn't work. The whole piece taking it home wouldn't carry over. I mean, you can't expect, these laptops are expensive. You can't expect a family, who has multiple kids to go out and buy laptops for their son or daughter just to continue their learning and keep up with the classroom. The whole thing with one-to-one is it really levels the playing field. All kids have this laptop. All kids have the same machine, and they can do the same things. So it gives the kids an opportunity to take it wherever they want. If they're an avid reader, they can look at books, they can, research poetry, they can do whatever they want at home. And it really, whatever you want to do, whatever you are interested in, you can expand upon that with this laptop. So, you really need to be able to take it home and have it with you. Any other questions? Oh, yes.
In addition to taking home your laptops, do you also carry a huge load of books? Or are your textbooks all available on your laptops?
The question was, do we have textbooks and books available online? And the answer is yes. Most of the textbooks that we get now have a little code in them, and the biology books, the history books, they all have this little code. And you go to their website, the biology ones like www.glencoe.com, you type in, this like jumble of letters, and then the textbook is available right there online. And it's just, so you do not need to carry this, 7-pound book in your bag, and it just makes it a lot easier for the kids, and there's no excuse to forget it.
What I think is one of the big advantages to using an online textbook, especially in biology class, is A, I don't have to bring it to school every day, and B, I can search it. So I can search for cell reproduction or cilia, and I can see everything in the book about cilia or cell reproduction, and I don't have to go hunting through it. So it's just a lot easier to find more information from your textbook.
We do get the hard copy of the book if that's like if you're a student that likes reading the book, that actually likes reading the book, we do get a copy, but it's an optional that you have whether you bring it to class or not. Yep. Do we use the laptop in parent-teacher conferences?
Yeah, last year we used the laptops to create a portfolio sort of thing, and you could use iWeb, or you could just make a slideshow. And so we do use them for like conferences and that sort of thing, to show your parents what you've been doing online and projects that you've done in school. I think that's really helpful.
We're also going to be doing a CEP next week, and it's where we career shadow someone and to help our possible fields of interest, and we're going to be keeping a log on that, probably on a Google way tool. So then we're going to be putting together a presentation to show the rest of our advisees to see maybe if they would like do something like that. So that's a really other way that we use presentations to kind of reach to everyone and show what our experience was.
Well, like as we said before, the MLTI, which is like the all-encompassing program that gives us these laptops, they have tried and have succeeded in every way in leveling the playing field. So they do help the families that do not have internet access at home to try and provide everyone with that. So yes, but you can also, I mean, most public libraries have it. Is the school filtered at all? This school, yes it is. Facebook is blocked on the school, but there's a lot of, I mean, if a kid wants to be distracted, he can be distracted with whatever he wants. I mean, so I mean, it's not necessarily Facebook, and I mean, so it's the first week it's tough, and you are distracted. But then you learn that, hey, I gotta buckle down, I gotta get my work done, and you get over that hurdle of, the distractions, and then the filters they don't really need to be there at the end of the year, because you know that, hey, this time I really need to work, and if I get it done now, then at home I can go on Facebook, I can play games, I can do whatever I want. So yes, we have filters, but towards the end of the year, they might as well not be there because nobody tries to go on Facebook anyway. Yes?
You've mentioned science and phys ed and a few contents, but is it used in all content areas? English, math?
Yeah, I'd definitely say so. For example, in math, we use a program called Grapher, where you can put in the equation and it graphs the line, which is great because we're doing some quadratic functions, and sometimes that's tough for what we know to graph. So that gives us an automatic answer. In English, constantly writing and editing papers on pages, and so that's huge. Just not necessarily on the internet, but for the laptop, just using a word processing document.
In art, we also take a lot of pictures of the things we make and put them on a portfolio, and that's a way to also display our work and show it to other people.
What if you have elementary brothers or sisters that you could speak to what technology they're doing at the elementary level?
The elementary kids are actually, I was surprised. I have a brother in 7th grade, and he probably knows at this point more than I know. Those kids, they have their laptop, they love their laptop, and he probably does more than I do. When I was in 7th grade, we get our laptops, and at the first, in the first half the year, I didn't really know how to use it. I was still going back to books. But my little brother Tucker, he's on his laptop all the time. He researches his projects, he writes his stuff, even going down to finding the books online that he leaves in school, he can get his homework done still, and I'm just constantly amazed with how he handles it.
I have a little brother in 3rd grade, and I think it's really amazing what they can do. They can do stuff that I can't do. They use animation programs. They can draw little stick animations that show progress of events, and I'm just blown away because I can't figure that out, and here they are, they're teaching me, and I never even heard the program before, so I think that's really great when someone younger than you teaches you something.
Any more questions?
Last one. Can you imagine school without technology?
I can only imagine,
That's amazing. We didn't set that up either, so and give these guys a big round of applause.